Hound Dog 7 sending you 10 rounds HE and 5 Willie Peter.
All right, so we're going to talk about chargers. So you've probably never heard of a charger in the game. A charger is an officer that gives a boost to allied marches around it or a negative boost to enemy marches around it. We have a couple of different officers that are chargers, ones that you may have never thought of before, so we're going to take a look at what each one of those does. So here we have Nat, and if I go to her first skill, it says heals a portion of lightly damaged units under Natalia's command. That's cool. Also causes up to 5 targets in a frontal area. So think of like Grace's skill as that being the frontal area, to have their damage dealt reduced by 30% and march speed reduced by 15% for 2 seconds. So that means every 10 seconds when this goes off, it reduces the damage an enemy deals to 5 targets by 30%. So that's an example of a charge skill. If I keep going, Sakura, she has a really nice one. Deals direct damage to a single target once. Also increases the damage dealt by allies by 30% and reduces the enemy's defense by 40% for 3 seconds. So this one is a very overpowered charge skill. It works very well. And Sakura just needs to be near ally marches and her skill to go off for that to work. Now, Sophia has an interesting one. And this one has to do with allies when Sophia is rallying. So rally limit increased by 10% when rallying, increases attack by 30%, and it cannot stack for self and all allies within 10 kilometers each. So that's, if you think of your territory tiles, this is almost as big as a single tower's territory around her. So if she's rallying something, then allies that are within that range around her will gain an extra 30% attack every time. Actually, this is passive, so at all times, as long as Sophia is rallying. Moving on down, Olivia is another one. This one is also a passive skill. This one's very overpowered. It's a defense increase. So when Olivia is the garrison lead in the same area, almost a tower, it increases defense by 30%, and it cannot stack for self and all allies within 10 kilometers. So let's say your base. If you have Olivia as the garrison lead or garrison secondary for your base, then about a tower's territory around your base, all of your allies get an extra 30% defense. Moving on, Angel. Angel gives you and nearby allies up to 5 targets, a powerful boost for 2 seconds. Tank health goes up by 30%, infantry defense by 30%, and tank destroyer attack by 30%. This one is a skill that goes off every 10 seconds. It's a nice little boost. Not a lot of people have Angel equipped very highly. She's not really developed, but when she is, very, very useful in some strategies. Evelyn's also a charger. She can heal allied troops near her within 3 meters, up to 350 healing. So every time that goes off. So that's one that you'll see a lot of people use. So let's take a look at how we can use this effectively. So to start with, we need something we're attacking. For this, we're going to use an enemy tower. Now, I know that's actually a behemoth, but we're pretending that that's an enemy tower. When that enemy tower is attacked, we're going to attack it with a rally. That blue circle represents our rally. So it is attacking this enemy tower. Now we want to charge that up, so we want our charger not attacking the enemy tower, because that charger will take troop losses. So you imagine you have maybe 2 million troops in that tower. If we march one march up to attack that tower, we're going to take heavy troop losses from that march, and it's not going to last very long. So we're going to park our charging march right behind that rally. That charging march, it's not going to attack that enemy tower, but we still want that skill to go off. That skill is represented by this yellow circle. Anything in that yellow circle is going to get the boost. So you see the rally will get the boost if we can make the skill go off. But we need some kind of thing for it to attack. So we use what we call a negative charge. So this negative charger is the purple circle. It's parked behind the positive charging cyan circle. And when the positive charger attacks the negative charger, and they're attacking each other, the skill is still going off, so it's going to boost that rally. To do this, we don't need to use T5s attacking each other or even a big march. We've used just regular old T1s, maybe 5,000, 6,000 in a march, attacking each other because they're really cheap to heal. And so I get a bigger bang for my buck that way. So we see our negative charger here in the back, and in the middle we have our positive charger. So the positive and the negative, they're attacking each other. That makes a connection to fire off this skill, which is going to charge up that rally. So here we can see I have a rally. It's 5,000 units. It's hitting this behemoth. This is our control. We're going to see how much damage it's done to this behemoth. All right, so looking at this, 236,000. So we just did our test of that 5,000 T5 march hitting a rally. Now we're going to add the chargers to it. So I'm logged in as this account, the negative account I have. Bad Captain has a rally that's coming up to hit that behemoth. It's exactly the same as the other one. The only difference this time is we're going to have these two, our positive and negative chargers, fighting each other. They're in the same guild, so they can't attack each other. So let me go ahead and leave the guild. Perfect. So now we have an enemy march. We just made our own. And then as soon as that rally hits, I will have this negative charger hit the Sakura march, and we should see a difference in the damage that was dealt to the behemoth. So it hits, I will attack this march, and we're going to see if Sakura actually charges up our rally. So far the skill is fired off twice. Three times. Four times. So we should see some kind of difference in that damage that was dealt. Let me switch over to my Bad Captain account. And let's look at the battle report. $247,000 damage. So there was a significant increase in the damage dealt to that behemoth. All right, so now we can see that we have our negative march here. That's a Nat March T1s, a Sakura March of T1s, another Sakura March. So we've got two. We're about to send our rally, and we're going to look at what kind of damage we get out of it. So we're using 5,000 T5s for this so that you can actually compare. And we should get somewhere between 16 and 20% extra damage, just depending on how long this lasts. Again, we want that enemy tower or base that we're rallying, where the rally is going to hit right here. And then out of range of that base or that tower where it could actually give us troop losses to our chargers, we're keeping them just out of that line. And then they're going to attack this enemy march. And then when their skills go off, that's going to charge up our rally. So just a few seconds here. And as soon as it launches, we'll go ahead and start our attack. Now, it's important when the attack is going on that we're keeping the Sakura marches near the rally. We don't want them spreading out away from it where the skill is not going to help. So here comes our rally. And Sakura's off and attacking. Next Sakura's attacking. We got to keep those Sakura marches near the rally. It's better if you start those Sakura marches next to each other. So our Sakura, our little rally march here died. We probably didn't put enough T1s in it. But we'll be able to look at this battle report and see an increase in the damage. So that Steel Behemoth, because we had the Sakura marches going, it had 280,184 lost. So to sum all this up, here we can see our control rally was 236,661. That's our base damage. And if using that as the base damage without chargers, we saw that with one Sakura charger, we saw a 5% damage increase to that behemoth by the rally. Now, that wasn't a big increase. We would have probably seen closer to 8 or 10% if the rally wasn't so small and it hadn't died so quickly. But if we jump down and look at the two Sakura chargers, we see that it jumped to 18% damage increase over the battle, and that was with the Sakura marches dying before the rally ended. On top of that, we see that it stacks. So Sakura is a charging skill that also stacks with other Sakuras. So if we had added another Sakura, we would have seen closer to 25 to 30% damage increase. So hopefully this is helpful for you to understand what the charger is, how you can kind of exploit the effects of it, and how it stacks. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. If you have comments about it, whether you think this is a good idea or a bad idea, just feel free to let me know in there. If you have any questions about it, feel free to comment. Thanks.